And also he won one heat for the 400-500s, and so did Nick Kingston. They had to toss the coin to decide who was going to start on pole. Looks like Kingston's won the toss. He's on pole in the 13 car, and he gets a good start as they get the green light. Kelly's going to stay on the outfield, on the outside, I should say. We've been running 3 wide with the modified sedans all night, and that's because we've got such a great track here tonight at Crane's Combined Carrick Speedway. It didn't work too well for Kelly. He lost ground on that first lap. Now Kingston goes into the lead by 0.4 of a second down the back straight for the second time, and he's opened that gap up a little bit more, I'd suggest, at this stage, as they come back down through the turn 3 and 4 onto the front straight. Back in third place is Jason Richards in car 8. Then a bit of a gap back to Glenn Walsh in 12, followed by Jason Cox, Jason Taylor, Rick Weatherall in that group as well. But our leader absolutely flying at the moment, Nick Kingston, fastest lap of the race, a 13.90. And that was on lap 2, of course. You'd expect that. First lap being from a rolling start, but he's opened that gap now. He's getting away 1.8 seconds last time across the start-finish line. Here comes our second man, Kelly. The gap is out to 2.1, so he took another 0.3 of a second out of Christian Kelly on that lap. So he's really doing a great job at the moment. The former Tasmanian champion, Nick Kingston, getting back to the form that saw him win a state title 2 or 3 years ago. Third place is Jason Richards, a fairly lonely third place at the moment. Then a bit of a gap back to Jason Cox in 6. Glenn Walsh in the blue and white number 12. And they're starting to spread themselves out around the track. There's no real battles going on for position at the moment. So it's pretty well processional at this stage with 6 laps completed and 14 to go. It's a 20-lap final, so lap traffic will play a part in this race at some stage, you'd think, if there's no stoppages. And Nick Kingston has gone out to a big lead now, 2.9, and we're yellow. Just trying to figure out why.
It's just got to go again.
Okay, yeah, there is a spinner on the back straight. Here we go for the restart. And straight away, Nick Kingston, he was on the gas nice and early. He's opened up a lead already down the back straight of about 30 or 40 metres on Christian Kelly. And that's no mean feat, knowing the sort of season that Kelly's had. He's had a very good season in some respects and not so good in the others. When he's been good, he's been very good. But it hasn't been often enough. It's been a little bit inconsistent for him. But he's holding down a good second place at the moment. Jason Richards back in third place in car number 8, and these 3 have already pulled a bit of a gap on the rest of the field. The next best of the rest is Jason Cox in car 8, Glenn Walsh in 12, and then Jason Taylor, who's making a little bit of forward progress in the number 20 car. But a big lead once again to Nick Kingston. We've only gone 2 or 3 laps into the restart, and he's already 0.97 of a second in front.
Yeah, we're showing 9 laps completed. The race leader, as Mark just pointed out, has about a second lead on the field as he exits turn 4. He goes across the line. Kingston, he's been very, very good tonight. Kelly in second. Jason Richards still on the podium in third place. He's also had a good night, and we'll keep an eye on his progress for the rest of this race. Behind him, it's Jason Cox, another driver who's had a good night in the 6 car. Doing a very good job. 11 laps completed now as they work their way up into turns 1 and 2. 5th place being held by Glenn Walsh and Jason Taylor, Rick Weatherall, Stuart Pearton will be 8th, Ben Harris 9th, and Benjamin Shadbolt rounds out your 10. Looking to pick up our leader. He's gone past. He's completed 12 laps now. The gap is 1.9 seconds, and then a further 4 seconds or 2.1 seconds back to third place Jason Richards.
It's getting up to what it was before the last stoppage there. So Nick Kingston absolutely flying at the moment, the former Tasmanian champion in car number 13. And he's on his way down the back straight once again. The gap to Kelly has gone out to 2.5 seconds now, so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the fastest lap of the race was Nick Kingston, the 13.906. I think he set that very early in the race. In fact, it was on lap 2. So he's just backed off a little bit. He doesn't need to go any harder. He's got a nice lead at this stage. One right out against the fence there. Glenn Walsh, he spins it on the... in fact, it's not Glenn Walsh. It might be Ben Harris, I think, in the 21 car.
Yeah, it is Ben Harris.
Yep, very lucky not to tip that over. He just brushed the wall out of turn 4. ended up facing the wrong way.
We are green for the restart out of turn 4. Kingston, he had a nice little lead back to Kelly. That has gone. Kelly's right with him now as they exit turn 2. They've already pulled a bit of a gap to Richards, who's got third place. Behind him is Jason Cox, the black 6 car, doing a good job. Currently fourth place across the line. 15 down, 5 to go. A 13.82 on that lap for Nick Kingston, which is the quick lap of the race. So getting good, or getting better and faster as the race wears on. Coming out of turn 4 now to put down lap 16, and Kingston slowly starting to edge away. He's out to a gap of 0.89 of a second.
Yeah, Kelly was only really able to keep pace with him for about one lap into that restart, and then Nick Kingston put down the fastest lap of the race, as you mentioned. That gap is now, 0.8 last time across the line. It's now more than a second, I'd suggest, 1.4. He put out 7/10 on that last lap. Nick Kingston is absolutely braining him at the moment. A long way back to Christian Kelly now in second place, and even further gap back to Jason Richards in third. The gap between second and third last time was 2.9 seconds. As third crosses the line now, it's out to 3.3. So they're just spreading themselves out right around the track at the moment. The white flag not too far away, and Nick Kingston hasn't had to worry about lap traffic tonight. Every time he's got close, there's been a restart. The white flag is out, won the travel, and he's going to have a dream run through to the checkered flag here, barring any major dramas on the last half a lap. He's down through pit turn for the final time. 1.62 last time. He sees the checkered flag now. He can finally back off. Christian Kelly crosses in second place, 1.7. So even on the last lap, when Kingston might have been cruising a little bit, he still put out a tenth of a second on Kelly. Richards picks up third place. Fastest lap of the race, a 13.82, recorded by Nick Kingston, our winner in car 13, the former Tasmanian champion. That's the end of the season for the Formula 500s. He'll be pretty happy going home with a win.
Yeah, he's had a good season, as you said.